Well, a pair of Maryland parents are accused of child neglect after allowing their two kids to walk home alone from a park about a mile away from their house. They say they're just teaching their 10-year-old son and their 6-year-old daughter to be self-reliant. Mom Danielle Mayteeb joined us on the show yesterday.
The risk is overstated. We really overestimate the danger, and we really underestimate our kids. The riskiest thing we can do with our kids is actually put them in a car, but we do that every day because we understand that some risks are worth taking, and actually getting your child snatched is extremely unlikely.
So is this the kind of parenting the way to go? Joining us now to weigh in, our parenting panel is father and author of the book, Can You Buy Me Wind? Stephen Schoenfeld, Hispanic market expert and mother, Lily Gil-Valletta, and relationship expert and mother, Siggy Flicker. Easy for me to say this morning. I'm going to let you guys do the talking. I'm stumbling all over everything. Steve, you kind of agree that this was a bad parenting move here. The 10-year-old not old enough to be able to walk home. Why?
Yeah, I think it's irresponsible of the parents to let the children walk by themselves simply for, it's not the children that you don't trust, it's everybody else. And I just think that you don't know what's out there, and your children shouldn't, you know.
But aren't we coddling them too much? I mean, at this...
It's not coddling. If you look up the definition of parenting, it's to nurture, it's to love, it's to take care of a child until the child is old enough to take care of himself. A 6 and a 10-year-old have no right walking over a mile to a park without adult supervision. What if they get to... And the parents claim this is giving them confidence skills? I highly doubt that. What confidence skills are you learning from going to the park? And if the 6-year-old has to go to the bathroom, what's a 10-year? There's no supervision. How is that building confidence when you see other parents at the park with their kids with sodas and snacks, and if, God forbid, the child gets hurt?
But Child Protective Services, though, taking away the kids, is that a step too far?
You know, parents are free to establish whatever style of parenting they want, so free-range parenting, whatever. If it's done within your home, great. Here's the situation with the state law in Maryland. You cannot allow a kid this age to be walking by themselves without the supervision of a 13-year-old. That's what the law says. So the cops that picked up these kids were doing their job. So I know we've heard a lot about cops these days. They were doing the right thing. It just happens to be that a noble intention from parents who want to teach self-confidence wasn't the noble methodology that works for state law in Maryland.
Steve, I walked to elementary school with my buddies in my neighborhood, you know, in West Lawn, Pennsylvania. Walked to my elementary school. Never had any problems. And I don't remember, I mean, of course, when I was little, my parents would drop me off, but just walking there it was about a mile from school.
Yeah, I think when you were little, times were a little bit different than they are now, but I just think it's irresponsible for the parents, without knowing what's out there, to let their kids, 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, my 10-year-old, I don't trust her with a cell phone. I certainly don't trust her walking alone.
Well, let me press you on that, because our time's a little bit different. I mean, we see violent crime is down across this country. We're seeing record low in crime in this country right now. I think what's maybe more amplified, it's different from that time period, is just the political correctness of everything. There's much more attention. We've got social media. We've got outrage on Facebook. It's easy for people to just jump on and feel outrage and have no connection to a story. Am I wrong?
I think times are different today. Any way that you want to cut the cake. Times are different today. However, you are entitled to raise your child any way you want. But letting a child, a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old, walk over a mile to a park and to play in a park unattended is ludicrous, and it's ignorant on the highest level. It's wrong.
Final word.
Well, final word, at the end of the day, parents are free to establish their own style of parenting. I think there's many other ways to establish ways of learning self-confidence and being strong. In this case, I would love to be able to let my kids walk by themselves, but in this case, is against the state law.
All right. Nice to see all of you this morning. Maybe I'm on the other side of the parenting panel this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.